Good morning, third graders. So nice to see all of you. Well, actually, I don't see any of you, but it's nice to be recording a video for you. So I hope you guys are having a good week. And actually, Lego Man wants to say good morning to you guys. Good morning, guys. I have to tell you something that happened. I forgot my mask, so now I'm on remote. And I have to do my videos and I have to stay in the technology room and do my class on the video. So I'm making this video for you guys without a mask. Oh my goodness. I hope I can remember to bring it tomorrow. Yes, I hope you remember to bring your mask tomorrow because you need it so that you can come to school and you don't have to do the remote again. Okay. He's just being silly, guys. Okay, so I just want to quickly review the typing lessons with you guys. So just a reminder, we're in the second quarter now. So every week you will be getting a typing lesson. So similar to the first quarter, they're pretty short. You know, some of them will be longer than others. So far, we've had one lesson, the 3-minute typing test. That was before the Thanksgiving break. And this week we are having basic punctuation. So I'll just quickly show you what it looks like. So when you sign into your account, you'll see all of your assignments here. And I know that the due date says January 13th. I only did that because the last day of the quarter is January 13th. And so that would be like the absolutely last day that you could submit in the typing lesson before I have to put a grade in for it. But I didn't want to put any day before then because then what happens is when it comes due, you don't see it on your website anymore. So it kind of like disappears because it means that it was past due and you didn't do it. So just please make sure you're keeping up with these every week. My best advice would be to set aside one day a week and make it be your technology day. You can do your assignments, you can do your typing. You really shouldn't need more than 30 minutes a week, you know, to get everything done. So, and you can easily just do it at your home computer. So I'll just show you really quick. If you click start for basic punctuation, we're learning about the semicolon, right? So does everybody remember, if you hold up your fingers, um, you remember the home row keys, right? So we have A starting with our left hand pinky. It goes A, S, D, F, and then moving to our right hand with our pointer finger, J, K, L, and then our right pinky is on the semicolon, right? So hopefully you guys are putting your fingers on the home row keys. So you kind of curl them and you sit them on those 8 keys on the keyboard. And then your 2 thumbs go on the space bar. So I'm just kind of reviewing with you guys because I hope that you're not pecking with one finger because that will be very slow. And I know in the beginning it's okay to do that because you're still learning. Maybe you're getting more comfortable with it. If you didn't really do much typing over the summer, it's kind of like starting again with the school year. But try to put all your fingers on the keyboard. And then if you notice, what the program does is it highlights in blue the key and the finger that you're supposed to be using to press on the key. So like, for example, I'm going to use my right pinky and I'm going to press semicolon and then I'm going to press space. And now I'm going and I'm pressing, oh, whoops, I didn't do it right. I have to hold down the shift key and then I have to move. Oh, wait, what did I do? No, I have to move my pinky over one. So I have to actually move no, I don't have to hold down the shift key. I have to move my right pinky over one to the next key to get the little apostrophe space, and then I go back to the semicolon, right? So I want to make sure I'm doing apostrophe and then I'm doing semicolon. So if to do the apostrophe, I have to move my right pinky one key over, and then you'll see it'll start coming up. And then I do the space bar, and then I go back to semicolon, space bar, apostrophe, 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 space bar, semicolon, space, apostrophe, apostrophe, apostrophe. So I'm just kind of showing you guys what it looks like, just as a reminder to be using all of your fingers on the keyboard. And it does show you which finger you should be using to press on whatever key it is that you're looking for. So just make sure that you follow that so that way you'll get more comfortable just using both of your hands on the keyboard. So this lesson is pretty straightforward. It's pretty much just typing the same things over and over just to get you more comfortable with that. And then let's see, I'm just finishing this up so I can go to the next part and show you guys. Okay, perfect. So then you just press continue, and then now it's actually having you use the apostrophe. So you're typing some words and you're using your apostrophe and you're typing them. So it's giving you some good practice with typing words and using the apostrophe, right? Okay, perfect. So you just keep following along and pressing continue and going through each of your lessons, okay? So it's not really that long, but it does go through all of the different types of punctuation. So we'll move through the forward slash. So then again, just follow how it shows you to type it. Because if you follow along, it will show you, okay, now I'm moving my pinky down and I'm getting the forward slash, right? So hopefully you guys are seeing that. Okay, so have fun with the typing. So this week, you have to do basic punctuation. And then if you didn't do the 3-minute typing test, just click into it. And pretty much the minute you start typing, you have 3 minutes to type as much as you can. And it'll give you a score on that of how many words per minute. And yeah, it's just a fun way to see where you're at. Okay, so I'm going to move on now. So this week, we're actually going to be doing one of our second step lessons. So we haven't done one of these in quite some time now. So these are our life skill lessons. And these are really important because technology is such a big part of our lives, right? I mean, we use it every single day. And we really need to also focus on our life skills, our social skills, our emotional skills, right? And these are things that, we can learn them. We learn them in a different way. We learn them by practicing them in the way that we communicate and talk with other people, right? And how we treat other people. So it's not like, when you take you do a math lesson and then you take a math test, right? We can go down the line and say, oh, okay, that was wrong, that was right. And then you get a score. But when we're talking about you as a person, right? Your character, how do you show empathy to other people? Do you think about other people? Are you able to problem solve? These are kind of skills that are a little bit like we can't just score you on going down and saying right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong. And but they're things that we can still learn and teach you, right? But you have to practice them in your friendships, in your families. You have to practice learning how to talk with other people, learning how to share your feelings with other people, learning how to listen to other people when they share their feelings. These are things that you have to practice, right? And you really do have to even be taught about them because we have a human nature inside of us where we tend to be very self-centered. We only think about ourselves. And it's not necessarily a bad thing in the sense that, oh my gosh, you're only thinking about yourself. But maybe it's just that we've never really been taught to think about other people, right? And that's why it's something that we have to learn how to do. Because maybe, as a young child, all you really know is what you know in your life. And you just want what you want, right? When you think back to being in pre-K and kindergarten, right? It was just all about you, what toys you wanted, what snacks you wanted, right? And maybe if you didn't get something your way, maybe you had a little tantrum but now you guys are getting older. You're getting in 3rd grade, you'll be in 4th grade. And it's really the time for you to start realizing that there's a whole world around you of other people. And they have feelings and they have different opinions and they have things that they want and need. And it's not always about you, right? And so hopefully you're starting to realize this and you're starting to stop and think before you say something or do something. And you're thinking, who's around me right now? How would it make them feel if I said this or did this, right? And it's helping you to really use these skills in your life. So today the topic is compassion. And this is a really good topic because I feel like it goes with our lesson from the last time where you guys had to type up the letters to the heart kids. So I feel like that's a perfect example of compassion. So what compassion is it's empathy in action. So if I were to define compassion, I would say, so I'm just opening up a file here so I could type it. So if I were to define compassion, I would say it is empathy in action. I would say that it's empathy in action. So I'm just making this bigger. That's how I would define compassion. And what does that mean? Empathy in action. What do you think, Lego Man?
That sounds kind of like a Lego riddle or something. Empathy in action. I don't know. What does it mean?
Well, it pretty much means that, well, what is empathy? Let's just start with that because we've been learning this with you for the past, couple of years with the third graders.
Well, it pretty much just means like, you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and you try to imagine what it would like to be them.
Yeah, that's a great way to say it. So we try to think about it. Well, how are they feeling? What is it like to be them? Right. But then with compassion, we take it one step further and there's an action, right? We actually decide to do something about it, right? So going back to our heart kids, right? We learned in our chapel the other week about what their life is like there in Uganda and how they did not have, they don't have a house currently, right? They don't have a school building. And so our empathy, right? We started to use our skill. We started to feel really like, oh my gosh, what must it be like for them to, have to think at nighttime, where am I going to sleep? I don't have a bed. What if it rains tonight? How will I stay dry? Right. And we start thinking about all these things and we start kind of feeling what they're feeling, right? We're using our empathy. But if we just stopped at that and that was it, okay, we just kind of tried to imagine what it's like to be in their shoes. And then we just went off and did our day. Do you think we would change the world? Would we be able to change the world at all?
Probably not, because then you're just thinking about them, but you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, you're not really doing anything. And you're not saying anything. And so I love how we are showing compassion and we're doing it through our words, right? In the prayers that you guys are typing to the students, you are showing compassion to them. You're putting it into action. You're showing them that I care about you because I took time to type up a prayer and use my words and use my typing skills to show that I care about you and to pray because I believe that prayer is powerful and I believe it's going to help to bring good things to you, right? And then the other part of what you guys did to show compassion is you donated money to them, right? You decided to send in some money and you said that I want to put this into action, helping them to finish building their house and their school. I want to give some money. And that was very a compassionate act. That was taking empathy and putting it into action. So hopefully it's starting to make sense to you guys because inside of our hearts, we have the living God in us and God is love, right? God is love. So that means you have love inside of you. And when you start to see people through God's eyes, right? You start to really feel what they feel. You get filled with compassion. You want to say and do something to help them, to make it better, to be there for them in their life, right? And that's something that you really have to practice. You have to practice stopping yourself when you see someone and stopping and saying, gosh, let me just think about them for a minute. Let me think, how do I think their day is going? Let me look at their face. Are they smiling or do they look like they're a little bit maybe upset? And then you're really looking for clues, remember, because we've gone through this over the years, right? How we can identify feelings, we can look for clues, right? And then now we're really learning how we can put that into action. So I have a little story. This is a story from the second step. And these are two friends. So I'm going to read the story to you guys. Okay, so this boy here with the crutches, his name is Cody. And then the boy with the red shirt, his name is Raj. So I'm going to read what happened here. It says, here are Cody and Raj. Cody came to school on crutches today. He's telling Raj how he feels about missing the kickball game at recess. So he's really upset. He can't play kickball at recess, and he's telling Raj about it. You know, maybe he's saying, oh my goodness, I tripped yesterday and now I have to be on crutches for a couple of weeks. And I'm so bummed. I wish I could play the kickball game. And he's listening. And he's using empathy, right, Raj? And he's stopping and he's thinking to himself, gosh, how must Cody feel? He really wanted to play the kickball game, but there's no way he can do it. He's on crutches, right?
I think he's feeling really upset and disappointed and sad.
Yeah, Lego man. So now Raj is really starting to feel what he's feeling, what his friend is feeling. And he has two choices. Raj can, he can walk away and he can go and play the kickball game with the other kids, right? And just kind of, oh, well, that stinks that Cody's on crutches, right? He can do that. Or he can show compassion. He can actually put the empathy into action. So what would be, Lego Man, some examples? What do you think Raj can do to show compassion?
I think he could maybe tell Cody that he's really sorry that he can't play the game, and he could imagine that he must feel so sad about it.
Yeah, he could definitely say that to him. He could say, gosh, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. I could imagine you must be feeling so upset, right? And now he's showing Cody that he understands the feelings that he's having. So yeah, that would be great. What about like something, an actual thing he could do? What do you think?
Well, what if he sits out from the kickball game and instead maybe he does something with Cody, like they could like play cards or something, like a game where they're just sitting down?
Well, that would be amazing. I bet that would make Cody feel like he wasn't the only one that was left out. So yeah, I mean, Raj could maybe offer to play a game where they could just sit, do something else. So that way he's not alone. And that definitely would be showing compassion to another person, right? And showing them that you know what, I could feel what you're feeling, but I'm not just going to stop there. I'm going to go one step further and I'm going to do something to make you feel better today, to brighten up your day. And this is why I think that for you guys, because your whole life is technology, you're growing up with it. You guys go home, you have YouTube, you have your iPad, you have different apps and games and everything, right? And it's easy to just stare at the screen and forget to stop and look at people, right? And I don't want you guys to grow up without having that. I want you guys to be people who have emotional intelligence when you get older. And if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, we did the career lesson. And there was a bunch of skills on there. It said the top job skills of the future. And it said communication, emotional intelligence, empathy was on there. And so that's why we do these lessons, because we know that when you guys grow up, these are going to be skills that you're going to need. Because even if you do become a computer programmer, guess what? You have to stop and think, the app that you are creating, how is it going to make people feel when they use it? Are they going to use it and then they're going to feel really upset or angry after they use it? Are they going to feel sad after they use it? So you need to use your empathy skills because you want to make apps that will bring joy to people, that will make them feel connected to other people, that will bring happiness to them, right? So this, no matter what job you end up going into, you will need to have empathy and compassion as part of your job skill. And so it's something that you can practice now with the kids around you. If you just take a minute and look around you in the classroom and you see all the kids around you, your classmates, guess what? Each of them has a different life from you. Yes, you may all go to the same school, but your families might be different. Where you live, there's a lot of things that will be different about you guys, the experiences that you had. And so you always want to stop and think about other people and really think how you can be a blessing to them. Meaning, how can you really make their day the best day ever? Because remember, the Bible says that we want to treat people the way that we want to be treated, right? And so it starts with us, the way that we treat other people. It does really matter. And it will matter more even when you get to be an adult. Because someday you'll be working in your career and there'll be people around you. And are you going to stop and think about how they're feeling? Are you going to have compassion with them? I hope so. I hope that you guys will remember these lessons. Okay, so I'm going to put on the little video because I think it's cute. So they have a little song about it. So I'm going to put it on and then I'm going to come back and then I'm going to tell you guys about what you're going to work on.
In every situation, your feelings mean so much to you, but you know that you're not alone. There's other folks with feelings too. So when you get together, try to understand how they might feel, cause they might have their own ideas with feelings that are just as real. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. That's right. Empathy means trying to understand how another feels. See the clues on a person's face, then wonder what's their point of view. The next step is compassion. That's being kind and finding ways to help a friend. That's easy when you understand. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. That's right.
Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the song. They have some cute little videos on here. Okay, so I want to show you guys, I'm going to be sharing this Google Doc with you. So this is our lesson. And so you guys can work on this. And I want you to open it in Google Docs because this is part of your assignment is typing it up. So this is our second step lesson. And it says, when you have empathy for others, you can say or do many things to show you care and your care and concern. Showing care or concern for others is called compassion. Saying something kind or doing something helpful for others are examples of showing compassion. Showing compassion for others makes a difference. Compassion works. So it says, read the scenario below and write down your ideas of how you could show compassion. So I should probably say, and type your ideas. Type your ideas. So let's think about it. So the first one says, you see your elderly neighbor unloading bags and bags of heavy groceries.
My gosh, that must be so hard if they're very old. And I don't want them to fall and get hurt.
Yeah. So what do you think you should do? Just run into your house and forget about them?
No, that would be terrible. I think you should run over to them and say, let me carry all those bags and you just go sit down and take a break.
Yeah, and I bet they would be so thankful, right? If a nice, strong third grader said, I will come and I will help you, right? So again, we're putting our empathy into action, right? So now this one says your teacher is having a hard time getting the class's attention. Everyone's being very loud.
Uh-oh, I think the teacher might be feeling frustrated or maybe even a little bit tired. Oh dear, how am I going to get these kids to listen today? They're being so crazy.
Yeah. And so you really can feel what the teacher's feeling because they want to teach the lesson. So what do you think you could do?
Well, I think maybe I could, for one, I could be quiet, make sure I'm listening, and I could try to be a role model, and I could try to maybe look at the other kids and give them that look, that look of like, you better listen.
Yeah. Try to help the teacher, right? What about you see a kindergartner slip and fall down in front of you as you walk in the building?
I would run over. Are you okay? Do you need me to help you? Do you want me to get a band-aid for that boo-boo? I could help you.
Yes, Lego Man, that would be very, very kind of you. Oh, your mom comes home from work and still has so many chores to do, making dinner, laundry, packing lunches.
Poor mom. Let me tell you, my Lego mom has to make Lego lunches for everybody, all the Lego kids. And she's up until midnight doing that.
Oh my gosh, she must be so tired.
Yeah, so you know what I did? I built her a Lego lunch assembly line. So now she doesn't have to make the lunches anymore because she just presses the button on the Lego assembly line and it makes all the Lego sandwiches for all the Lego kids.
Well, that was so compassionate of you to help your mom making a Lego assembly line. You're playing a game online with your friends, and some of them are putting one of the other kids down and using mean words.
Oh, online can be really creepy sometimes. People are not very nice on there. Sometimes they say mean things because they know it's easier to type it.
Yeah, that's true. I find a lot of the times with online, people type things and they don't even stop and use empathy. They just type it because they think, oh, I don't see the person, so I can type whatever I want to type to them. And we can get in a lot of trouble with that. So I think we're going to be talking about this actually in a couple of weeks. We're going to be starting our digital citizenship lessons, and we'll be talking a lot about online life and how to make sure that we are making good choices online, and that if something like this happens, I mean, how can we use our empathy and show compassion?
Well, I think for one thing, we can say, I refuse to play with people who are going to type mean things.
Yeah, you set a boundary. You say, no way, I will not play games with kids who are being mean to each other. And maybe you can even try to make the other kid feel better if someone's putting them down.
Yeah, definitely. Like just tell them, go play the Lego game because people who play Lego games are the nicest people ever.
Yeah. So, you guys have to just think about these things, and this will come up every day. Every single day of your life, there's an opportunity for you to show compassion. It can be at school, at home, on the way to school, on the way home, when you're online. And so I really want you guys to stop and say to yourself, this matters. I want to do this because I know it matters. For me, my future, and take time and make sure that you guys are really, helping to build these skills inside of you. So by the time you're an adult, it will just be part of you, part of who you are, right? So I'll be sharing this Google Doc with you guys. You can type your answers in here, so you'll practice your typing. This is a table, so I created a table in here, similar to when you guys did the vocabulary table at the beginning of the year. And then you just click into each of the boxes and you can start typing your answers, okay? And then when you're done, you're going to click the share button and you can put in eastpca@gmail.com and you can share it with me and then press done. So you might need an adult's help with that because you have to use their Gmail account to be able to do this. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. And don't forget about your typing. And please, if you didn't send in your prayer that you were supposed to type for the kids at Heart to Heart, please send that in. It's due before the Christmas break, but I want to make sure I get them all together because I'm going to combine them in one file and I want to email them over to the lady who runs school, Irene, and I want to get it over before Christmas. Okay, guys? So thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. You're awesome.